It's cold in Canada. It never seems to really warm up anyways anymore. Well, not fully. I'm in the southern part in Windsor, Ontario. If you're new to this channel, I run a grocery store. It's been about 7 years. I tell everybody that so many times, I'm sure they're sick of hearing it. But yeah, today I want to tell you how much I actually spend monthly running this store. And the costs seem to be going higher and higher. My rent is going higher. Electricity is higher. The one thing we don't use is gas, because we don't really need to heat the place because it's a small space. And guess what gives off so much heat? Our coolers. There's probably about 7 to 8 coolers and freezers in the store, and they are always running, and they're noisy. You're gonna hear in a second. And I guess the energy they use produces heat. Kind of weird, but yeah, they cost a lot to maintain too. So anyways, if you're thinking of, you know, getting into a small business like this, you want to know how much it costs, this is a video that I think could be helpful for you. Before we get started, please hit the like button. It really helps my small business grow. I'm not sure why I'm talking so robotic, but I'm just coming in and wanted to tell you it's cold outside. Yeah. The store is closed today. Every Monday we're closed. It's a small operation. We have me, the owner, myself, and Felicia, my wife, who also runs this place. We have one part-timer that is here maybe once a week. So yeah, it's a small operation. We take one day off on Mondays, but that Monday is usually done doing paperwork, bookkeeping, inventory management, restocking shelves, etc. So it is one day without customers. And honestly, if you're ever in a small business, the one thing I can tell you is close one day. You won't see a big difference in your revenue because people will come to you when you're open the other 6 days of the week that you're open. Some people like to do Sundays. In our city, a lot of our food businesses are closed Mondays, so that's what we've been doing for a while. It's honestly working best because Mondays you can get things done for yourself. Doctor's appointments, car appointments. Like today, Felicia went to go get glasses. She's also a real estate agent, so a lot of her stuff is done on Mondays. It just worked out that way. So yeah, I'm in the dark right now. Let's get some light going and get into this expense video. Let me say something, okay? We talk a lot of numbers on this channel, and I know a lot of people like talking about money. This place, you know, it's not gonna make anybody rich. It gave Felicia and I a comfortable lifestyle. I can tell you I make about $50,000 a year from running this store. Felicia's a real estate agent. But aside from that, you know, there's a lot of expenses in this business, and you're gonna see in this video, and I'm keeping it bare bones, just operating expenses, but even things like inventory, we probably spend an average of $8,000 to $10,000 a month keeping the place stocked. And obviously that stuff sells and brings more money in, and you buy things, you know, through your sales and your cash flow. But like, you know, things just add up so quick. Like, you would never expect the amount of waste that happens in a store like this. So giving you a rough example, there's probably $70 of waste that we have no choice but to either, you know, donate or throw away because it's not even worth giving away. When you have so much inventory at all times, there's always things expiring. There's always things that didn't sell. There's always things that I thought would sell that didn't, and they sit around forever, and you know, either you eat them, donate, or get thrown out, or you repurpose them, which is a whole other thing in and of itself, right? Into other food. But notice that it's a very capital intensive business. You know, when you sell $2,000 worth of stuff, you have, you know, $500 worth of frozen pizzas to buy, and $250 worth of pierogies to buy, and you know, oh wait, now you have a $150 popcorn order to place, and a $300 order for dog treats. So it's a very, very capital intensive business, and you're just trying to scrape off, you know, the top and keep something for yourself at the end of the day. So yeah, let me preface the video with that. This is a very capital intensive business, aside from the operating expenses that I'm going to get into. And obviously I'm excited to announce the launch of my new small business, Brick and Market Media, where we help small business owners grow their business on social media. If you'd like to work with me directly, just follow my email. I will personally respond to you, and we can see if we're a good fit. I can help you with your marketing efforts and help grow your business. I'm excited to announce that we have our first few clients, some realtors and some in the food industry. So yes, if you'd like to talk and consider our services, please please email me in the description below. Yeah, I'm just getting used to plugging that still. Someone comment down below, because that's the only way I remember, Ray, get a tripod. Just say, Ray, get a tripod, because I've been stacking up items for the last 7 years to make tripods. Like right now I have you on stacks of pasta, this Rumo brand, very good pasta, and every angle is slightly off. So just comment down below, Ray, get a tripod. It really will help me, because I read every comment, I answer every comment, and yeah, those are the things that stick in my head, the comments. So anyways, in business you're gonna have many expenses that come up. Small little expenses add up quick, but in this video I want to give you the top 4 to 5 expenses that you can expect and how much they will be in relative to my personal experience. So to get right into it, your rent's going to be the highest expense. Most likely rent or labor, depending how many staff you have. In a small place like this, I can't see it needing too much of a labor expense, but you never know how you run it. For us, ours is very minimal. So rent, I pay about $3,400 a month. That's including everything from, you know, my taxes, common fees, and the actual rent that goes to the landlord. Common fees include snow removal, maintenance of the roof. If something breaks down with the air conditioner, it's on them to repair it. Like right now, my heater, the gas heat needs to be repaired, and you know, that's on them. So things like that, and maintenance of the property is in the common fees. So in general, my rent is $3,400 a month. It's pretty standard. I'm in a pretty affluent area. This area, you know, supported this store for 7 years, and yeah, it's not a bad price. It's pretty expected in this side of town. So labor is different when it's owner operated. Like me and Felicia do take a salary out of this store, but as you know, separate from the money that we get, I'm looking at it as a separate expense in our labor, which is just a part-time student employee that we have that stocks the shelves and, you know, helps make gift baskets or helps Felicia until when it's a little bit busier. But they run about $800 to $1,000 a month. They're very part-time, and your labor costs will eventually be more than your rent as you add more and more staff and managers and supervisors. But for us, we ran the place as owner operated, so we can simplify our labor down to about $1,000 a month. And it's been helpful with, you know, if someone has an appointment or Felicia has to run to do real estate work, then yeah, it's just something we added recently. So you can hear the buzzing of all the coolers in this store. You've probably have seen them in certain shots, and the freezers and the lights and the walk-in cooler at the very, very back. That is a huge expense for us, and it's a huge expense for anybody in grocery because of all the running coolers. These things never stop running. Our walk-in cooler never stops running, and they require a lot of maintenance, and they always break down, and there's always things to fix. So I'm gonna break it down in 2 sections for you here. Our monthly hydro bill is about $1,000 a month on average. It's a little more in the summer, a little less in the winter, because the coolers don't have to operate as hard when it's cool in the store. In the summer months when it's very hot, obviously they operate at, you know, even harder. So $1,000 a month for the running of the hydro. But then I would say there's about another $500 a month we set aside just for the maintenance of everything, because there's, like I said, there's always one that's about to break down or breaking down, and it comes to about $6,000 a year for our average maintenance bills to run these things. Sure, if you buy new, you have less chance of breakdowns, but over time, you know, we've had these things for 7-8 years now. Even if the ones we bought new still needed maintenance. Yeah, so watch your hydro bills. Those really add up, and without a hydro, you're not running a place like this. I mean, you always could, but people want things fresh and cold drinks, and food needs to be chilled, and your storage for produce needs to be chilled. So yeah, you're gonna need coolers. No matter one way or another, you're gonna have a high hydro bill. And then you start adding things like open air coolers. We have a small one over here just to hold some, you know, pies and small cakes. And this thing in the summer, it eats up energy as well, right? Because the door's always open, hot air is coming in. So yeah, every little thing you plug in adds to your hydro bill. Just keep remembering that. And people want to give you freezers, right? Like a product like a gelato company, they'll give you a freezer, but don't forget, like, is the profit you're making on the gelato even paying the bill for the hydro? So you know, all these little things need to be considered. But let's just say for hydro and the cooler maintenance, we're gonna do one bill of $1,500 a month that it takes to keep everything happy and operating. And you know, as long as these things are running, we don't lose too much money with waste. So another big expense that adds up when you start looking at it all is basically your telecommunications, your internet, your phone, your point of sale systems, your debit machine. Those things all add up quick, and they look like small bills, but when you combine them into the actual monthly expense that they all kind of put in together to keep the place going, you know, you need a phone, you need internet, you need your point of sale system. These are things you can't get around. They come to, for me, they come to about $500 a month. And at that point, you realize there's no way around that expense, right? You're gonna need phones, you're gonna need caller ID, you're gonna want a second phone line at times, you need decent internet to run your debit machines, and then we won't even get into the amount of credit card processing fees that the credit card processing fees companies take off the top of every sale, and it adds up at the end of the month. It's just a nightmare to think about, but it's the cost of doing business, right? If you want people to be able to use cards, you need a debit processor, and it costs you money every month. So yes, cash is always king, and in a business like this, out of convenience, you cannot go strictly cash. As people are coming in last minute, or they want something quick, they only have debit cards now. People pay with plastic. Cash, we find, is about 30% of all of our sales. It's 70% card now. So, you know, keep that in mind if you really think you can go strictly cash. And a couple other expenses that are, you know, pretty stable throughout the year is our insurance, which is about $120 a month. And then our marketing budget, because I do run paid ads for the store, is about $300 a month. Now you can outsource your marketing completely to someone like me who does it for businesses, or you can run it yourself. You know, you take pictures of everything, make, you know, your following engaged, make sure you're responding to comments, reviews, emails. And if you don't want to do any of that, I can help you with that. I can help you market your business correctly, no matter the realm in the food industry or not. With graphic design, reels, you name it. There's so much to do in the marketing thing that some people like to outsource it completely, get it off their plate, and just have it run in the background while they operate their business. Other people like myself, I love doing it. I love, you know, making videos, taking pictures, writing captions, keeping an engaged audience with stories. So I did it myself, and that's kind of where my new business fell into place, Brick and Market Media, because I started this 7 years ago and learned how to market a business like this correctly. So That's another expense. Insurance and marketing, they equal about, let's say, $500 a month to keep it simple. And obviously it ranges how much you spend on marketing. Insurance for a business like this is pretty stable in my area. It's probably around 100 to 200, but we pay about 120. So for 1,600 square feet in Ontario, Canada, you're looking at about $6,000 a month to operate bare bones a small business. That's with hydro, rent, labor, insurance, and I threw in marketing as well because that's kind of where my next business is headed. Obviously there's other costs like inventory and your salary, but for this video it's bare bones, just your regular expenses. And to give you an idea, it's around $6,000 per month. So I hope you have a better understanding now on how much it costs to run a convenience store. And if you are still here, I suggest subscribing because you clearly enjoyed what you watched. And this is basically 90% of the content on this channel. So if you're still here, that means something. I appreciate you, and subscribe for more. Thank you for following this channel on the road to 10,000. Here we come. Bye.